Good day, everyone. It's Max, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2 here in the Maritimes. In the Maritime series, this would be episode 8, and there's only one city left that isn't getting any love, and that's Halifax. And that's because it's looking for the most complicated stuff. Of course, it's looking for them boxes and gears. And so if we're going to try and do some gear work, that means we're going to do a little bit of transport work. So at this point in time, there really is no freight setup in trains in Nova Scotia. So we've got to set up a whole freight transport line system, and then we got to hook that all together. And of course, gears take steel and wood, so then we got to go get a bunch of that. In fact, I would think that it's probably going to take us at least 1 or 2 episodes. Either this will be a little long, or we're going to probably need a second episode. But no sense me just standing here looking at it. Let's get in there and start working on it. So before we get into doing all the fun stuff in today's episode and reviewing a few things, just to have a quick look around at a few things that have gone by here in 1918. So the first thing is a couple episodes ago, I had talked about Truro and about how here in Truro, there was a thing going on here where the traffic, this one stop up here had like 68 people, and then this one down here had like 20 some, and then these two had 1 or 0 people. And at the time I said, yeah, you should ignore this 68 people. Just pretend that doesn't exist. It's an anomaly. You gotta kind of focus on a more average outlook. And so instead of putting 5 buses on, I only put 2 buses on. And sure enough, the 2 buses are handling just fine, right? Now the 18 people are kicking down here at the station. There's only 1 person up here at this one, and now these 2 have none. And that route, of course, remains profitable, as far as I know. Second, I have now put in the bypass freight lines for Moncton, St. John, and Fredericton. So what's a bypass line? A bypass line is basically a line that allows trains to go around a terminal that you have in place. So in this case, and St. John's a great example of this. So what I'll do is I'll turn on the line here so we can see it. So before, this third line down here didn't exist. And basically what would happen is if the St. John fuel train came in here and stopped to drop off fuel, and then the brick Fredericton train came along, it would have to stop and wait for this train to get out of the way before it could carry on to Fredericton, right? But now it doesn't have to. Now it just says, you know what, I'm just going to go around you. Zoom, and it just goes right around it, right? And I will say, Transport Fever 2, this is one of the few things it is quite smart about. It says, hey, I have 2 ways to get to the other side. One of them's through a terminal, the other is through. I'll take the straight through because I don't have to stop there. And it actually does figure that out. So in this case, you'll notice that the brick line going to Fredericton from right to left actually says, hey, I can go around that terminal, and it does so, and just keeps right on going. And that's really cool. Now, I've put them in for Fredericton. We have nothing past Fredericton hooked up, but one day we may have a train that needs to go around Fredericton, so of course it does that. And in the Moncton side of things, if we slide over here, I've put in its bypass lane, and I've readjusted the brickyard to hook into the bypass lane because it was hooking in through Moncton. And again, you'll notice here, the St. John fuel line, it's shorter to go through the terminal, but it still goes around it. And that's pretty smart of it. To say, hey, you know what? There could be a train stopped in Moncton unloading stuff, and I want to avoid that because I'm going straight through, so I'm just going to go around that. And that's pretty nifty that it actually figures that out. So now with that, at the end of the last episode, of course, we had oil hooked up for St. John. And they're making money because that's what we do here. We make money. We make lots of money. 17 million of the monies, and we're now. I mean, what have I forwarded? Like 3 years and change, and we're up to $693 million. We've got dollars, right? So in 4 years, I think it's been 4 or 5 years. Yeah, we're pulling in we're pulling in almost 50 million a year. And some years we actually are doing 50 million. So, we making monies now. Now, I'm not even going to focus on the money, all right? I mean, it doesn't matter if the lines are losing money now or not. I mean, the lines are making money, all right? I mean, it's just ridiculously, it's ridiculous the money we're making. So now let's talk about what I didn't get to the last episode, which, of course, was the Halifax Dartmouth issue. And, in fact, we got a few other towns that we're going to have that same issue in. Halifax was all excited, right? It wants space to grow, and it's like, this rail line is blocking me. So it was trying to use this rinky-dink little road to build basically a separate town out here. And it's trying to again now. It's trying to get out here and say, hey, I'm going to build out here. Look at me go. But I don't care if it does now, because I've re-engineered the stations to handle that. So, of course, I've put in its freight terminal and its bypass line. And the same with Dartmouth. I've put in its freight terminal and its bypass line for future use. So as these towns can keep growing now without me having to blow away $50 million, I don't know. I had to blow up a bunch of stuff here to get this all to fit in. And I don't know, it was like $30 million or something. That's the big problem. Once something gets built, it costs money to get rid of it. I mean, it's just like in real life. You got a flat piece of land in the middle of nowhere. It costs almost nothing to build it the first time. But now there's something on that land. So if you want to change it, now it costs you a bucket load of money to change it. And so in this particular case, I had to clean this all up, get this off. Because this road, you'll notice it kind of looks a little weird, right? This road, of course, used to curve right down in towards Dartmouth and Halifax and used to run through here and stuff. But that all had to be changed. Now, today, of course, we want to get into, 6 minutes in, holy smokes. We got to get into doing something for Halifax. Yeah, okay. Whew. So the easier of the two is going to be gears, right? And that is not easy because you need lumber and steel. So this is probably going to be a two-part video on this one. Lumber is going to be the easier one. I am thinking. So I see this steel mill down here. It's speaking to me. I don't know what it's saying, but it's speaking to me. And I see this wood down here. It's kind of speaking to me. I don't know what it's saying, but it kind of has something to say. Now, where do we want to go with it? Okay. Well, this wood up here would be the great awesome part, because we make some money on hauling that lumber from down here all the way up there, right? And then hauling the finished lumber all the way back here to these gears. I mean, that's some money, right? We definitely look like we got some money on that. And then we could pick up the steel and haul it up here, and then pick up the lumber. Now, the reason I'm trying to do that is because that all uses flat cars, right? Flat cars are used for the raw lumber, flat car is used for the finished lumber, and flat car is used for the steel itself. Gondolas are used for the raw or for steel. And I tend to set up my steel lines two ways. I will do a mixed consist of gondolas and flat cars, kind of like we did here with the stone, right? Perfectly fine. But my other setup is I will try to merge steel and wood together because they all use flat cars. So that is kind of part one of this today, is that we want to do something with a flat car train to get both the wood and the finished wood and the steel to come up here. Now, we're going to also need some ore for this steel plant. Now, I could go for the cheap way to get the steel to work and just do these 2 ores right here by truck. Or do I go for the big one? Yep, that would be up here. Now, I do have a little bit of forethought I had done. I did put in a passenger line going north. I kind of had this thing in mind where I might put in a little shunter train to Sydney just to kind of get them connected by rail into the whole thing. That being said, if we could do a serious, a real serious hookup, if we can get the serious hookup, oh, do you see what I see? Look at this. Now this is a risk. This is really risky. This is so risky. I mean, okay, you know what? We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna supplement it with trucks on these ores, but we are gonna do a boat line. We are gonna do a boat line. You know, we're not gonna do the train line for the ore. We're gonna do a boat line for this ore here on the coast and ship it down to here. And it's wow, this is gonna be crazy. The worst part is that these boats are going to be running back empty. Is there anything I can grab to kind of make them pay a little bit to run back up? I'm doing these by truck. Yes, and I should keep doing them by truck because that's going to be more efficient. Look at me wasting more time here. Oh, gee. Okay, you know what? Let's do the forest line today, and we will set up that crazy boat line later. The forest line. We need the buildings. Yep, it's time for that cargo station. And, yep, that all looks good. Now, we haven't got the freight line in all the way down here yet. Luckily, it's only right about there, so it's not too far away. Yep. Zip. I better get in here because it's right in the middle of the woods. I can't see it very good. Yep, that is a connection. Now, let's see. We're going to want to take that wood and we're going to run all the way up here. Oh yes, this is where we're going to do the platform trick. So, what are we going to do? Let's have a look at this. Yeah, we're going to upset a line here for a bit. Now, this wood is on the wrong side of this passenger line. Okay? That's a bit of a bummer. Well, it is, really. Because it makes things harder, right? Now, I could try to do some fancy bridge thing like I did up north in New Brunswick there, where I did the flyover bridge to get it into the center and stuff like that. But instead, we're gonna do this. So, we're gonna stick this in here. I'm actually gonna stick it right about here somewhere. Yes, and now we're going to customize this. Now, in Transport Fever 1, I don't know, I kind of like Transport Fever's one way of me doing this, but I mean, this works just as fine. So we're going to put some tracks in here. Yep. Doom, 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 doom. Yep. And, yeah, we'll put that in there like so. And then we're going to do this again. And we're going to do this like so. All right. Awesome. Those are train tracks, right? What's going on? Oh, did you catenary everything? Oh, no, I platformed everything. That's not good. Yeah, refund all that, because that looks terrible. I don't know what I was drinking there. Holy smokes, that was Woo! Let me tell you, there must be something in the go-go juice today. Let's do that again. I don't know, and I don't get time for this, right? There's a lot of pressure here. Yeah, okay, give me the configure button. Okay, let's try again. So let's put down some tracks. Now, give me the platform and cargo. Yes, you did that just to see if you were going to upset me. Okay, cargo. Now let's go back to tracks, please. Please make sure they're tracks. Yep. Now, obviously, we have no intention of stopping the passenger trains here at all. But I want the cargo train lines to be on the outside of the lines. So what we're doing is we're kind of faking it by forcing the cargo to jump a set of tracks and onto the other set of tracks. So as I don't have to build any kind of weird flyover bridges or anything like that. Now, we need to hook these tracks back up. In fact, I'm actually going to back this up a little bit, and I know that train's right there. Ooh, come on now. And the reason I'm backing this up so far is because I don't want to hurt the passenger lines. I want the speed, right? We want the zip. These have to keep zipping. So we look good there. It's a little bit lumpy there. That's perfectly. I don't care as long as we don't lose any speed on this. That is the important part. Yep. Hold on. We're gonna fix you up here shortly. Trust me, I'm gonna break you a whole bunch more here before we're done. But we gotta get this done before I do the cool fast forward for the people because gotta spend the money in the things. Now I have what's going on here now. Oh, that's right. I had to put that in there when I adjusted lines at one time. Let's do this and 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 this. Again, I'm trying to get a big enough curve. I'm even willing to sacrifice a bit of this to straighten this out a little bit so I can get a nice curve on this. And you know what? I'm even going to sacrifice a little bit of housing here too. I am perfectly fine with that. I have the money. Money is money. And to make even more money, sometimes you got to spend money. So if that means I got to spend a little money to make this work, we're going to do it. Obviously, I'm going to have to replace this bridge later, but I'm okay with that. Yep. Thanks, autosave, for whatever it was you just did there. Okay, cool. And, I still have full intention of one day, getting up in there to do something up there. In fact, I probably should do this. Here's a rinky-dink trick that you can do. Using a rail line to prevent a town from doing anything silly. Because we're about to blow a bunch of this up, right? I'm not worried about this side, but if I don't want this town to grow into this area, towns won't grow over rail lines. So unless you put a road over it. Well, now there's not, so it won't grow over there. So that's a nifty little trick for you. Okay. Now we've done that, I'm going to do the fast forwarding things because this will take way too long, and I am already almost 20 minutes in. So let me do the fast forward, and we'll meet you on the other side. Okay, so we got the line all set up. I mean, yeah, it's pretty crazy. And I still have to finish this line down to the steel mill. We're going to do the same thing to the steel mill as we did up there at the finished lumber yard. I'm going to put a train station in here, but the passenger lines are just going to run right through it, and then the freight lines, it's going to jump over to use the freight lines on the back side of it, is how that's going to work. I'm kind of excited about trying this whole shipping thing, though. We are really going to be taking a big risk with that, I will say. No question about it. But anyway, to finish this part up today, because that's going to be a whole video on its own, and then get this all running, and then the stuff. We got to set up some lines. Ooh, do we ever? Ooh, peach. This should be interesting. So we want this raw lumber to make its way, all the way up here. Yup, that was a thing it just did. It came all the way up here. I'm a little concerned because it didn't stay on the right side of the track. Oh, I know why. Because I don't have any track here. Let me do something here about that. Yep. I'm going to allow you to come back down this way. Awesome. Do you like me now? No? But all right, well, we'll figure that out in a minute. And it's probably down at the other end, maybe? Anyway, I need this finished lumber to come back here, and it's going to bring that finished lumber into the gears factory, which is here, right? That's awesome. I see it still hasn't figured out that other side yet, though. We will get to that in a second. Then, this is where, on the next episode, I would then have to add the, you know what? Let's add it right now. We'll at least add the train station part right now. We probably have enough time on this video to do it, so why not? There's no trains really here. I think it's a good time to do this. Just pretend I'm not here. I am fine. Everything is fine. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Yep. Nothing to see here. Okay. Let's get this in here. Yes. Let's go for platform. Sure. This will save me a little bit of build time. Now, sorry for the zoom in and out there. I need this to kind of do a couple of things here. First, we got to get this in here to make a thing happen. We don't want the angle to be. I got to pick up two sets of lines here, so I got to kind of. I think right there is going to be my best shot at it. Okay. Let's give this a try here. So we're going to pull this line in here. Okay, I like the 120. 120 is good, right? This is the passenger line. It's not stopping here at all. It's kind of like getting a what would you call it? Tourist view of the whole scenery. It's kind of cool that way. Am I sacrificing any speed by shrinking this up a little bit? No. I'm going to take it. I'm going to back this line off just a wee bit more and then swing it down. Yes. Yes, I will. Let's do this. Yep. And then give me this. Which line is that? Yeah, that is that line. And I'm not sacrificing any speed here, right? Nope. That's good. We don't want no speed loss for the passenger line. There we go. And bring this down in here like so. Now, we're not even using that second line yet. So this is a little bit overboard. But that's okay. We'll bring the freight line down now. And I won't worry about putting the bypass line in. You know what? It's probably a good idea, though. Because look at that. I'm going to be able to build it straight out there. without any speed loss. So I'm going to do it right now. I love how I say things and literally 10 seconds later it's like, nah, I'm going to do it right now. Or yeah, I'm going to do something different. Or yeah, I'm actually going to do the thing I just said I probably wasn't going to do. All right, there we go. Let's get this line in here though, because we do need this line to come in here. There's still no freebie on that. So we kind of need that. And we need it to connect on this side. Why isn't construction possible? No. I don't want to hear these excuses. I don't want to hear the excuses. I don't want to hear the excuses. No, that's not good. No. Fine. All I see is excuses. Make it possible. Make this possible. You can make it possible if we do that. Why is that? Oh, really? You just want me to sacrifice speed. Look, you did that on purpose. You're lucky I'm coming into a terminal here. All right. And of course we want to be able to back out of this, and we're going to swing this way. Yep, that's fine. Now, this is where we're going to probably see where this error is. Because I'm pretty sure it should have figured this out. Did I not connect it up here properly? It looks connected properly. Maybe it's because I have no signals on there yet. Here's what we'll do. We'll put a signal there and a signal there. We'll tell it to behave itself right here. We'll tell it to behave itself here and here and see if that doesn't solve my problem. It does not, but that's all right. We're going to come down here to the steel mill anyway. Yeah, now see. Yeah, it's like, what? Okay, mister. What is your problem? Look, you can easily get out that track. I know you can. Did you not connect properly? Is that a problem? Maybe it didn't connect properly. You do that. Now you do this. Do that. Where are we? Still not happy with me. Okay. Give me another signal so I can say you've got to go that way. Alright, you don't want to do that though. Okay, where did I mess up the connection? Now this is because there's probably like one little piece of track somewhere in the middle of the world that's not connected yet. So you know what? I will bring you back when I find the little piece of connection. All right, I found it. What it was that here in Port Hawkesbury, it was trying to put it on platform 4, but there's no switchback here. So because there was no switchback, the rest of it would break. But we can continue from here now. So we take our raw lumber all the way up here. We pick up our finished lumber, and we're going to bring that finished lumber all the way back down here and into here. Like so. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Now, here's where the fun really begins. So we go all the way back down this train line. But we're not going to go pick up lumber this time. We're going to pick up the steel this time. And go to here. Now what's wrong? Cannot connect all stations. Yes, you can. I know you can. No, you can't, because you came out of that station and you're on the wrong side. What happened there? That's not right. Oh, okay, yeah, you're just refusing to do it because you're saying, hey, I can't do it. That's not a thing I can do. Yeah, this thing is really fighting me today. Let me tell you. Well, we know it will come down here. If I take this station back out, see, it can get all the way down here, right? It will say, hey, I'll come all the way down here. So we know it can get all the way down to here. What is the problem here? Is there a connection problem? It's probably trying to do the wrong station again, but you know what? We'll throw in a couple of signals just to encourage it to do the right thing. Now, we want to add a station. From here, we want to add a station. We're going to come down here. Yep. We're going to bypass. Oh, yes, no, we got. I actually have a double slipstream in this thing. What is your problem? You can come out. You can come out. You can come in. All right, there we go. You gonna do this for me now? No. Oh. Same problem, right? It's trying to use platform 1. I need to at least use platform 4. Oh, look. It can come down here now. Do you want to use 3 instead? Is that a thing? No, you don't want to use 3? Why not? Like, it's perfectly fine. I'll let you use 3. And then, it's because it can't get, it's because we're not done yet. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Holy smokes, there's a lot of stress here. We now got to come back up here. We're going to come back up here. Yep, all the way back up here. Because we got to go back. We got to go back to the Dartmouth Exchange. Up here. And now see, all the errors are gone. Whew, let me tell you, that was stressful, right? And this peach color is not exactly the easiest color to work with. So anyway, yeah, so in this case, we now have the ability to take raw lumber from here, deliver it up here, and it is one of the things that you have to kind of watch for when you're using these, what I call dummy stations, where, the passenger lines are running on the inside, but your freight's running on the outside, but we're kind of using it as a cheap jump for the freight. The trick is, of course, is it still sees the inside lines as freight lines. So you have to really tell it what platforms to use. And this is the same problem down here. The same problem all the way down here was, it was like, hey, I can put this on platform 1. No, I don't want you doing that, because platform 1 is just a bunch of passenger trains going through it. I don't want that at all. So that's why that's a bit of a mess. But we had to stop there. This is going to be a two-parter. Why? Because now we got to set up a bunch of boats. That's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy. In fact, let's zoom out a little bit. So, I am going to set up a truck line to supplement this. I don't think, these boats will be cool, but I'm going to set up these lines with one truck, because I don't want the trucks to cripple. I don't want the trucks to cripple the line. I just want a little bit to kind of keep it fired up, right? You got to kind of keep them you got to stoke that fire. You got to keep it a little warm inside, because we're going to be moving some stuff, and these boats are going to travel, right? These boats are going to be, they're going to have to move from here down here. And it's really a shame that it really is a shame I can't find a way to make them boats profitable going back the other way. There's no oil up here. In fact, there's too much oil along the coast. Yeah, I just can't see anything. I can't see anything really good to take back the other way. But you know what? If I can make a little money on these boats, it will be entertaining to see. All right, with that, I'm Max. This is Transport Fever to the Maritimes, and we're gonna try this crazy boat line and some other stuff and see what happens. And I will see you on the next one. Take care.